Hi, I'm Dennis Weiss for Eagle Communications. We're at the Eisenhower Presidential Library Museum and Boyhood Home to talk about Symphony at the Sunset. And we have Adrienne Allen, who's Executive Director of the Salinas Symphony. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
And we have our good friend, William Snyder, who's the curator of the wonderful museum
Thank you, Dennis.
here on campus. Symphony at Sunset. I'm going to start with you. Wow, what a terrific event.
It really is a wonderful event. And this is our 5th annual Symphony at Sunset. It actually all started back in 2009 when the museum and library invited the symphony up for the 65th anniversary of D-Day.
I was here.
Good. We're
Yes,
glad to
absolutely.
hear that.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, we decided why not make this an annual event? And it's just been something that's grown in popularity and in scope for the past 5 years.
Giving credit where credit is due, Carl Weisenbach has just been a tremendous benefit to our community, and this is one of the things that was hatched in his fertile brain. And what a tremendous event to bring people to the museum and library for something different.
Oh, absolutely, and it's not just the symphony, not that that's not a great thing, and we're thrilled to have, but lots of other activities will be going on that afternoon as well.
I remember the D-Day celebration. I love the music, and I love especially when the 1st Infantry Band plays with the Salinas Symphony. Gosh, those horns right in front of us, just the vibration goes through your body, and it's terrific music, so I like that. But I also, at the very first one, my wife brought the camera on behalf of the Eisenhower Foundation, and we walked the crowd talking to people. And I had the chance to interview a guy who drove 3 Shermans up towards the beaches. The first one sank, the second one was shot out from under him, and he actually survived. The third one survived underneath him until he was relieved inside Normandy. But what an opportunity to look at these men in the face and see why it was important to Carl Weisenbach and the Eisenhower Presidential Library Museum to do this event. What a tremendous thing that was to see. You've all had a chance to see them, I'm sure.
Yes.
The people in the crowd.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And I was just going to say, it's just wonderful to see where the part of the evening is, of course, recognizing our veterans and those who have served, and that's just such a touching thing to see during part of the evening.
It's hard to watch them try to stand up.
Some of them, yes.
We're losing the World War II generation. They're almost gone. But every year this event brings them back, and I think the memory of Eisenhower, will always give the credit to the memory of Eisenhower first, but the fact that the Salinas Symphony are bringing lots of young people here to meet these veterans, I think is an incredibly special thing, Adrienne.
Yeah, it's a very intergenerational event. We have young families with kids all the way up to our veterans, and I do think the Armed Forces Salute, part of the evening where we recognize our veterans, is a very, very special part of the evening, along with some of the other patriotic music.
Tell the folks what you're going to play.
Well, the 1st Infantry Division Band and the Salinas Symphony will perform back-to-back, so starting at 7 o'clock with the 1st Infantry Band. And the whole theme of the evening is a space theme, so it's really going to be a creative, some of it is very creatively space themed, from pop music all the way from Katy Perry, Extraterrestrial, to Rocket Man by Elton John, all the way then to the planets, which will be the classical portion of the evening, to Star Wars, to Star Trek. And that's in addition, of course, to the patriotic music, all the favorites that everyone loves, Star Spangled Banner, and the Armed Forces Salute, and many other patriotic numbers.
It's been my experience being in front of the camera that we're sitting here talking about things we know. There's always a group of people who have no idea about either thing we're talking about, either the museum or that there is a Salinas Symphony. So tell us a little bit about your organization, where you are and what you do.
Sure. This is actually the 60th anniversary of the Salinas Symphony, so we've kind of celebrated all season long, and it's just really been a special season. The symphony was founded by Eric Stein 60 years ago, and Ken Hakoda is only the 2nd conductor of the symphony, and under his direction has really grown over the past 12 years. And so it's just been a really fun way to celebrate the symphony. We also have a youth education program. We have 3 youth orchestras and a youth choir, so over 200 young people involved with the symphony, which is a real passion of Ken's, and it really helps raise up more musicians for the symphony.
Another thing you have in common with this institution is reaching out to the next generation, to train people, to teach people, to give them an opportunity I see the symphony, your Salinas Symphony, listed on lots of events in different places. So you're out, you're not just in the pit, but you're out in the community doing great things.
Yeah, we really try to do a lot of outreach. We love this event because it brings new people to the symphony, and a lot of times then they come back and visit us in Salina at the Stiefel Theater. But it's just a wonderful way to partner. This is one of our favorite partnerships. It's just wonderful to work with the library and museum, and it's just been a real wonderful event for us. And it's one of our musicians' favorite concerts. When we ask them every year, we kind of have a little survey. This is one of the highlights for them, and really a highlight for so many people where it's become kind of an annual tradition.
I've been privileged to sit in the VIP chairs a time or two, and the reality of when the horns walk in from the military band and everybody stands up, you can see the change in the horn players in your symphony. You can see them that there's a little more air going through the horn than there was before. I just love it. Just sends chills up my spine.
Yeah, it's very special, and we have a really wonderful brass section, and then when the band joins us, I mean, it's very powerful, as you know, from experiencing it.
Terrific. Okay, what other things are we going to do, William?
Okay, well, in the afternoon we have the Fort Riley Commanding General's Mounted Color Guard here, so come out and see some precision horse performances, and the riders are great, and they have actually studied the Civil War era manuals for infantry. So there will be some precision drills based on history, so all the way back to the Civil War, all the way up through sort of more modern, if you will, infantry.
You know, again, rehashing a bit, but I think a lot of people don't have a chance to appreciate what you and I take for granted, and that's the cooperation of, we have Salina, our neighbor to the west, and we have Fort Riley, our neighbor to the east.
Exactly.
And Eisenhower brings those things together all the time. And the Color Guard is a great example of that. There's a unit of men and animals who are dead. That's their job for the military, is to go present, to reach out to communities and present the value, the history of the military and everything here in Kansas. It's a great thing to see. A lot of fun.
Absolutely. And another part of the day is going to be the Arts Council of Dickinson County. One of our other partners will be here as well. So we'll have art activities for children of all ages, including some adults. So all kinds of things that they'll be doing, but one of the things that is very special, you can make a thank you card to a current soldier.
Oh, that's great. And where will that be set up?
That will be on part of the campus. Yes, there'll be tents all over the campus, and so we'll have that. We'll also have food vendors, and they'll be set up starting at 4 o'clock. So bring your lawn chairs, come out, get some good food, listen to some good music.
I think I'm going to repeat that. Bring your own lawn chair.
Definitely do that.
There's always a large crowd, and if you don't bring something to sit on, there aren't very many places to sit. It's an open campus, so bring your lawn chair.
Right. And we do have one other activity that we're trying for the first time this year, so hopefully everybody will come out and participate. We're going to do a pop-up museum.
Oh, really? Tell me about that.
Well, pop-up museums are pretty much what they sound like, just sort of instant museums, just very temporary, but we're asking people to bring their own memories of World War II. And we'll have some more tents set up and some tables and wonderful little labels that you can fill out and write a little bit about. So if you've got a photograph of your grandfather or father in the war, or a special memento that maybe they brought back, that would be great. And of course, since we are federal property, we do ask that no weapons. So no captured German Lugers or anything like that should be brought on campus. But any other artifact from World War II that you'd like to bring in would be awesome.
Oh, wow. You're giving us a chance to exhibit.
Absolutely.
In your museum.
Well, it'll be out front, but yes.
Yeah, it's all the same.
But yeah, absolutely. Come on down. And it gives people a great opportunity to share their own history with their friends and neighbors and, strangers who have come to this event.
Can I give you a plug?
Sure, please do.
Where we are set up to film this, we're just off the museum in a classroom. It's used by young people all the time to learn history and be more educated about what this place is and what Eisenhower meant to the world. But right over there, I'm pointing, is the man whose house I bought's uniform from World War II, a local man, Ralph Snyder, has part of your exhibit. Your exhibit is Ralph Snyder.
Yes.
So you giving us a chance outside to bring things about the community is not the first time that's happened here, because Ralph Snyder's memorabilia is right out there in the museum.
Yes, we were very fortunate that Ralph was able to donate his uniforms to us. And what's really very interesting is that he was actually in the Army Air Corps prior to the formation of the U.S. Air Force. So there aren't too many examples intact of the same person's uniform in the two different formations of the Air Force.
I may have told you this, I may not. Did I tell you that Ralph worked on the Nordine bomb site? That was his specialty?
No,
Yes.
I didn't say that. So-
Yes, and they're only about 5 yards apart in your museum.
Yes, they are.
That was his job. That was what his expertise. And he went into engineering after the war and
Yes, he did.
built a lot of buildings.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, what else are we going to have going on that people need to know? Either one of you?
I think really we've covered a lot of it. It's mostly just coming out early, enjoying the day with us, starting at 4 o'clock, and then as the evening progresses, the concerts. Now you will have a chance to tour the actual museum, though.
Absolutely. Both the museum and the Boyhood Home will be open until 7 o'clock that
Okay.
evening. So we've got extended hours. And in June and July, our regular hours are from 8 in the morning till 6 in the afternoon. So we've got extended hours anyway. But
We probably said it, but this is always the first weekend in June.
yes.
And the reason it's the first weekend in June because that commemorates D-Day, June 6th, 1944. So again, the celebration of D-Day or the recommemoration of D-Day was the genesis from which the Salina Symphony first came to be here. Lest we not forget, this is about remembering those people who did so much for us
Absolutely.
on the beaches at Normandy. Okay, any sign-offs?
I think we're good. Everybody, please come to the event.
The horn blowers are going to be tremendous.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we would love to see you there.
Salina Symphony is going to be tuned up, ready to go.
They will be. They'll be playing their best, and it'll be fun, but also very, a very honoring event.
And the museum's going to pop up in the middle of the
Yes, we
the
are.
grounds here
Yes,
and
we
give
are.
you a chance to exhibit at the Eisenhower Presidential Library and Museum. Pretty cool. You should bring some stuff. Make sure you're here. Thanks for telling us about it today. Salina Symphony, D-Day celebration, cool event, great time. Donate, throw some money in the bucket when you come by so we can do it again next year. We'd love to see you. For Eagle Communications, I'm Dennis Weiss. William Snyder, Adrian Allen. We'll all see you there.